There are a lot of conflicting opinions about Bitcoin. We've seen this sort of thing before with other revolutionary technologies. In fact, this has happened so many times throughout history that I could probably make a whole video just about this topic if I really wanted to. Bitcoin, however, has suffered this phenomenon worse than most new technologies. Now that Bitcoin has made a large number of people rich, jealousy and a simple lack of understanding have inspired a lot of people to despise cryptocurrency and, of course, label it as a fad. Now, unfortunately, this has led to a lot of misinformation being spread, and this video is dedicated to some of the most ridiculous things I've heard repeated over and over about cryptocurrency. So, before I start, I do want to make sure that it's clear that I'm not calling you dumb if you've ever heard of these things or if you have questions about them. All I'm really saying here is that these are questions that need to be addressed. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, this little kobold guy is going to be helping us out. I know it's weird, just roll with it. I heard Bitcoin was only good for committing crimes. No, just no. You know, the worst thing about this list is that trusted and respected figures are often the ones saying these things. Take this quote from Jamie Dimon, CEO of one of the most fraudulent banks ever. He says, "If you are a drug dealer, a murderer, stuff like that, you are better off dealing in Bitcoin than in US dollars." Now, this quote is really dumb, and I'll tell you why. Let's set aside the fact that the statistics show that very little crime happens with Bitcoin compared to fiat money. Even if we pretend that an enormous amount of Bitcoin crime is happening, the reality is that committing crime with Bitcoin is monumentally stupid. A blockchain is called a public ledger for a reason. It's public. Everybody can see what you're doing in a manner of speaking. It's exceedingly difficult, if not impossible, to cover your tracks with Bitcoin, especially if you ever plan on selling your Bitcoin back for fiat money. Now, there are privacy-oriented coins like Monero, which might be a little more viable for sneaking around, but nothing will ever beat the privacy of handing a thick wad of 20s to a shady guy in a back alley. The government is going to ban Bitcoin! Oh no. You know, this is one I actually hear a lot. A lot of people, including Jamie Dimon for instance, have suggested that Bitcoin will simply be banned by governments. Indeed, some countries, mostly authoritarian ones with backwards ideas about personal freedoms, have in fact either banned Bitcoin or they've heavily regulated it. It doesn't help that lazy so-called journalists often report that some countries have banned Bitcoins when the reality is usually more like they've implemented some sort of regulations. In any event, all of this is basically irrelevant. It's been made incredibly clear that even if some countries do ban or regulate Bitcoin into the ground, there will always be other countries which embrace it. Japan is one of the most advanced countries in the world, and their financial services agency recently granted the cryptocurrency industry self-regulatory status. This is a huge step forward for Bitcoin regulation, and it means that Japan, like some other countries, is taking Bitcoin very, very seriously. The verdict is clear here. Some countries might ban Bitcoin, but all that means is that they will be left behind as other countries embrace the coming changes to the financial world. Where can I get some physical Bitcoins? I want to hide them under my mattress! Okay, I know this is low-hanging fruit, but I had to mention it because I hear it so often. Bitcoin is digital. It's a virtual currency. While some things like cassatious coins exist, they're really just pieces of metal with a private key inside. Bitcoins aren't physical. Don't believe anybody that tells you that they are. They're not. I can't afford a whole Bitcoin! Hey, that's cool, because guess what? You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Bitcoins are divisible, down to a single Satoshi. You can buy as much or as little Bitcoin as you want. You can't buy anything with Bitcoin! I'm sorry, little guy, but you're wrong about that one too. Lots of things can be purchased with cryptocurrency, from real estate to online servers. Perhaps the best example, though, is the fact that Overstock.com accepts Bitcoin. These guys, they sell just about everything, and their website makes it very clear just how pro-crypto they are. Okay, well, that just about covers it for this time, but what did you guys think of the list? Did you agree? Did you disagree? Leave a comment below if you have any thoughts, and especially leave a comment if you think there's something I missed. I am planning on making some more videos in this series, so I'd love to hear your ideas. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content, as that definitely helps my channel grow. One last thing, if you're new to trading crypto, or you just like reading about it, please feel free to check out my website, rosecrypto.com. You'll find out more about exciting coins and tokens there. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.